All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to explore a really powerful Lakota myth. It's a story all about what happens when a world loses its balance and the incredible courage it takes to bring it back. We're going on a quest for a sacred object, but you'll see, it's about so much more. It's about wisdom, devotion, and harmony. So, what kicks this whole thing off? A profound loss, a sacred pipe. I mean, this is the very source of life and spiritual connection for the people. It's been stolen. And as soon as it's gone, the world itself starts to wither away. The plains, which were once buzzing with life, are just falling into shadow. And this really sets up the big question of the story, doesn't it? When that essential link between the physical and the spiritual world is shattered, what on earth does it take to make things right again? Well, let's find out. To really get how high the stakes are in this quest, we first have to understand just how bad things got. We need to see what the world was like before and the disaster that happened right after the pipe was taken. Wow, and look at this contrast here. It's just so stark. You see, the pipe was a gift from the White Buffalo Woman, and it radiated this dazzling energy that just filled the plains with life. But then a malevolent trickster spirit, a guy named Iktomi, steals it, basically out of pure spite. And the result? A world that's sinking into grief, where hope is fading, and even the rivers seem to be giving up. And the word that perfectly describes this situation is a true calamity. Yeah, this wasn't just some minor setback. It was a disastrous upheaval, a fundamental break in the natural order that plunged everything into sorrow. But, even in a total calamity, a hero often emerges. A young warrior named Lakota steps up, and he refuses to let hope die. And what's interesting is his first move isn't to charge into battle. No, he's smart. He seeks out the shaman to understand what his mission truly is. Now, Lakota wasn't just another strong warrior. He had this perfect cocktail of virtues needed for this quest. He had acumen, which is that sharp intelligence to see through lies. He had audacity, or just bold, gutsy courage. But maybe most importantly, he had fervor, a deep, passionate devotion to his people that was going to fuel this whole journey. The shaman's words just cut right to the heart of it. He says, look, brute strength is not going to cut it here. To get back something so sacred, so hallowed, you need that passionate fervor. This is a test of your spirit just as much as your strength. So Lakota accepts this arduous quest. And that word is key. He knows this journey is going to be incredibly challenging, something that will push him to his absolute limit. But he vows he'll brave any danger to bring peace back to the plains. Okay, so now Lakota's journey takes him right into the heart of darkness itself, the cave of the trickster Iktomi. And in here, he's going to face trials designed to test not just his body, but his mind and his honor. Iktomi's cave is filled with what you'd call nefarious traps, just wickedly treacherous illusions and vile dangers. To get through this, Lakota's spear's basically useless. He's got to use his sagacity, his wise judgment, to see through all the deception. And here it is, the first big test. Iktomi doesn't just attack him, he tries to tempt him. He offers him wealth, prestige, all the good stuff, trying to corrupt his mission. It's such a classic trickster move, isn't it? Trying to turn a noble quest for honor into just a selfish grab for power. But Lakota's resolve is like iron. He sees the offer for exactly what it is, vainglory, just empty, boastful pride. And he uses his eloquence, his power with words, to just shut Iktomi down and stay laser-focused on his true, honorable purpose. So after he gets past Iktomi's mental traps, Lakota finally sees it, the sacred pipe. But his quest is not over, not by a long shot, because a far more powerful primal force is guarding it. A fierce thunderbird, a sacred guardian sent by the White Buffalo Woman herself. This guardian is filled with wrath. We're talking intense, terrifying fury. This isn't the sly trickery of Iktomi. Oh no, this is raw elemental power. This Thunderbird's antagonism is the final test, and it's going to challenge Lakota physically and spiritually. So, how does he face this immense power? Not with a weapon, but with humility. He shows contrition, a sincere regret for the failings that allowed the pipe to be stolen in the first place. He starts chanting prayers, appealing to a higher spiritual authority instead of trying to fight the guardian. And make no mistake, this is not an act of weakness. Lakota faces that Thunderbird with incredible fortitude. This is enduring moral strength. It's the resilience to stand before overwhelming power and hold on to your integrity and your purpose. In the end, it's his eloquence and wisdom that win the day. The same persuasive honesty that beat Iktomi's lies now convinces the Thunderbird that his intentions are pure. The Guardian recognizes his moral integrity and simply steps aside. With that final trial passed, Dakota can finally complete his quest. And this last act of the story, it isn't about victory in battle. It's about restoring balance and the lasting lesson that it leaves for everyone. Dakota returns to his people, and when he brings that one single restored pipe back to the sacred circle, everything changes. Its luster comes back, and with it, the benevolence of the white buffalo woman flows back into the world. The plains come back to life, the rivers run freely, and that spiritual harmony is finally restored. So, Dakota's journey leaves behind this incredibly powerful legacy. The myth basically gives us a blueprint. First, a hero acts with courage and integrity. The result? Divine balance is restored to the world. And the legacy is this timeless lesson in wisdom and temperance, valuing spiritual harmony way more than greed. You know, this ancient story is such a powerful reminder of how one person's courage, guided by the right things, can heal a world that's been thrown into chaos. It really leaves us with a compelling question to think about. In our own time, what quests for balance? In our communities, in our environment, in ourselves, what are the ones that matter most today?